Hi, so yeah, as just said, I am a rare breed of female mechanical engineer. I am fresh out of uni actually, so I'm probably the closest in age to you guys. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do when I had no idea what I wanted to do when I was your age. All I knew is that I wanted to do something I enjoyed, I wanted to do something that was inspiring and interesting, and I wanted to do something good. But in my school, I was good at physics, I was good at science, and I enjoyed it. I had a great physics teacher, which makes a lot of difference. So I ended up doing a physics degree. I loved my physics degree, and I love physics, but as you've heard from a few people, I was one of very few girls, and I found that hard. I found it very hard. I had more girls than some people along here have said they were the only one, and I'm thankful that I wasn't in that situation. But I was one of very few. I think there was about 10 of us in a course of about 300 students. So while I loved it and I learned a lot from my physics degree, I felt that I wanted to put that into something. I felt that as a woman in a physics degree, I had something different to offer to the boys in the physics degrees. Women and men are equal, but we are different. We have different sets of skills, we have different abilities, and I think that I noticed that very, very significantly in my physics degree, sitting next to all these boys, that while I could keep up with them and I could get my degree just as they did, we were very, very different, and we had different capabilities, and I had different strengths. And my strengths were definitely in bringing physics out of the world of mathematics and sitting with a textbook and scribbling down equations all day, and actually using those in a place that was a little bit more interesting, a little bit more caring, using it in a field that could do something good. So this is why I ended up looking at engineering. Engineering was something I had absolutely no understanding of. As far as I was aware, mechanical engineering was cars. This was all I had ever been told as a student, as your age. You did civil engineering for buildings and mechanical engineering for cars. This is not the case, and this is something I would really love to push at you because it's something that I really didn't understand. Mechanical engineering is a huge, huge area. It's something that is so creative, and this is why I don't understand why there are so few girls in it, because girls are creative. They tend to be the more creative sex, and mechanical engineering is a hugely creative field. So I did a master's degree in mechanical engineering. It was, again, pretty male-dominated, but there were a few more girls in there. And I finally graduated from that. All I knew that I wanted to do was I wanted to make something, and I wanted to make something good. And that's where I found Integrated Technologies Limited, which is the company I work for, and particularly Whitehall Life Sciences, which is their sort of daughter company. So Integrated Technologies, as Jess said, look and work with medical devices and laboratory devices. We create products to make innovative things happen in science. There are great scientists in the world, but they need things to help them move things forward. They come to us with their great ideas. They say, I have this particle, nanoparticle, that I need this, that, the other doing to it. How can I make this happen? And we give them the products that can make that happen. We design things to allow science to progress, and this was so exciting to me. So Integrated Technologies do a lot of client work. People come to us, scientists come to us, they tell us what we want, but we also, about 5 years ago before I was there, they decided to bring out their own range because we had our own ideas. We've been working with over 300 companies and people, and by that point you develop your own ideas of what you think is going to work and what you think is going to be needed, and we developed our own little sector, which is vital. So we now do our own products, and that's where I work. I work on Integrated Technologies' own products. We design them ourselves, and one of the great things about this is I get to see that go from start to finish. The products I'm working on at the moment is, I've only been there 6 months, by the way, but I absolutely love it, and I'm working on my own product, which is actually going to be out in November. Never did I ever think that I would be so quickly working on my own product, our design, something that we have come up with, and seeing it go into production. So the product we're working on at the moment, I have sketched by hand on a piece of paper when it first was put to me as this is what we want, this is what we need, can you make this happen, by our CEO. And I sketched it out on paper, and now in about 2 weeks' time we're getting all the castings and all the bits back coming in, and that's going to go to Medica, which is a huge conference, to be showcased there. So that's a huge deal for me. I
think we should probably clap. I think that's...
Oh, sorry! That's a really huge deal for me. I I never thought I would get to that point. But I think what I feel is a key message that I want to pass on to you all today is that I didn't think I could get to that point, but that's not true. And that's not because you all clap, but that's not because I'm anything amazing, because I'm really not. I was definitely not the top in my university. I did not come out with the top level degree. I did not get a first. But I think the fact that I was a woman and the fact that I had this drive to go into something that was interesting and innovative, I think that put me apart, and that will set all of you apart if you go into something like this. You are a rare breed of person if you are scientific and you are a woman, and you need to harness that, because you have so much that not the men don't have. Lots of men do have these things, but you have to. I'm a strong believer in equal but different. Women are different, and science is screaming for women because we need the variety. Anything that develops, anything that innovates is something that requires you to have as much variety and as much inspiration as possible. And if you're only getting inspiration from one half of the world, you're missing a whole sector over here that is extremely, extremely valuable. You guys have the ideas, the creativity, the ability to make things happen that guys need. We need that sort of balance in science. So women in science and engineering has been a huge part of, in university, I was part of the Women in Science and Engineering. We had like a little committee. I was part of that, and so events like this are really, really close to my heart. I love to see so many girls that are interested, but I really do urge you to look into what actually a lot of these careers are, because like I said, I didn't know what mechanical engineering was, and now I'm a mechanical engineer. I had absolutely no idea. Don't rule things out before you fully understand what they are, because there is so much out there and there's so much room for you guys to bring something to the table.
Thank you so much, and congratulations. That's the most, so you didn't get a summer holiday, it's the most productive use of time since university ever. That's absolutely amazing. And I think